Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Ted Caleris, Superintendent, Brooklyn City Schools. We are here with our latest episode of the Hurricane Watch podcast. I have our outstanding athletic staff here with us, Melanie Vukmire, Mark Zofka, and Mrs. Fran Meeks here. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. Want to start a little bit with introductions and maybe some background. Melanie, want to start with you here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your experience in the district. What do you do for us? And maybe kind of tell us about how long you've been with us also.
Okay. Well, I started out in Brooklyn almost 17 years ago. I started out as a para. I am now the athletic secretary. I had two boys graduate from Brooklyn High School. I graduated from Brooklyn High School back in 1982. I've been a part of the community for 61 years.
So let me ask you this. So you went from kind of that building support for student over to the athletic office, and you are Mr. Zofka, as I will say, right-hand person. Actually, you probably run the department, right? But tell us about the change from kind of that building level student support and why you went into the athletic department.
I loved working with the kids, but I love sports more. I played sports in high school and college. I work most of the games. I just love being around the sports.
Okay, Mr. Zofka, you are our athletic director, athletic administrator. You've been with us a couple of years now. Tell us about some of your experiences and what brought you to Brooklyn.
Well, I'm a 4-year resident now of Brooklyn. I moved in here 4 years ago prior to the actually getting hired. This is my 18th year, being an athletic director. Prior to coming to Brooklyn, I was 10 years at Bedford Schools. I've also served a couple years at Holy Name and at Medina Buckeye. It was funny because prior to the position being open, I was always like, this would be a great place to be. And then it happened to be open, and I jumped on it. I think it's a great community. I really enjoy it here. It's been nothing but tremendous amount of support. It's been an outstanding experience for the 2 years I've been here. 1.5 years I've been here so far.
Blue and gold are definitely your colors.
And the blue and gold is definitely not together. I like blue. I like gold. I'm more of a scarlet and gray guy, but I'll wear the blue and gold when we're here.
All right, Mrs. Meeks, I've included you in this group because you and I have known each other, all of you. Yeah, I've known both you and Melanie for a long time now, and I think I was your kids' either assistant principal or principal
both.
Or something or both or and not only are you both outstanding parents, but you're outstanding members of our school community, but Fran, you don't have a specific role title wise in the athletic department, but you're always there. You're always working games. You're always there for kids. Tell me what the athletic department, athletics, extracurriculars, why are you so involved as both a staff member and a community member?
Wow. Just being with the kids. We've been doing this, like Mel said, we've been doing this for a long time. It took me a while to get in to do my job, but I'm in now. And when I retire, I'm still going to do it. So I'm still going to be here. It's just being with them kids and knowing them kids know that you're here, they enjoy that. They enjoy seeing the faces all the time.
Yeah, and I'll have a story in a few minutes to tell on this one. But Mr. Mark, tell me a little bit about your philosophy regarding athletics and opportunities for kids and outside of wins and losses, what is the impact that athletics and really activities, extracurriculars, what does it have on all kids?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it teaches you a lot of life skills. Because unfortunately, in life, you're dealing with a lot of ups and downs. And you have to learn how to handle with adversity. And I think, one of the things about, we always talk about being a good winner, but it's also, the idea to be a good loser. What can we do to improve ourselves, et cetera? How do we handle adversity and issues? So, it's not always about the wins and losses. It's about the participation. It's about improving. It's about teamwork. It's about dedication, about commitment. All those types of things that, they're sometimes used as cliches, but they're true. Being on time to practice, being, figuring out, working for the person next to you, not so much for yourself and, stuff like that. But it's, I think athletics teach us a lot about who we are, It prepares us for life. I've dealt with a lot of people outside, and they said they don't like to hire somebody if they're not involved in that life, because athletics teaches them a lot about and activities. Whether you're in the play, whether you're in band. I mean, you look at the dedication of our members of our marching band. I mean, they're just outstanding. I look at their precision and what they do and various things like that. And I would, what they do and to replicate what they do and how they do it would be great to do it. Also on the playing field.
One of the things that I've noticed, and we have data to support this, that since you've started as athletic director 2 years ago, our participation rates across the board, have increased tremendously from fall, winter, spring, and can you talk a little bit about why you think our participation rates? Because when we got out of COVID, everybody we really saw a dip in kids participating for lots of different reasons, right?
Sure.
Why do you think our Brooklyn kids, under your leadership, and everybody's obviously part of it, our coaching staff, things like that, but why do you think our kids are starting to really participate now more?
I think it's having a good staff, and we have an outstanding staff of coaches, and I think that they're buying in the idea that with this is what we're trying to do, is to give kids an ability to participate in something. It's not always about wins and losses and stuff like that, but I think the biggest issue that I have, or not the biggest issue, but the biggest, I think, attribute is that be visible, be out there, make it, make them, feel like they're cared about, wanted. Go to, when you go to the events, go to the games, talk to them in the hallways. I sometimes gripe about having lunch duty, but I love it because I'm able to be in in that lunch and in the hallways, talking to the kids, encourage them to play other sports, encourage them to come out and do stuff, and make them feel, like that they're part of something. Go into the events, whether it be a bowling match, whether it be a hockey game, basketball game, football game, participate, be there. And I think part of the thing is it's not just myself that's there. You're there a lot, and our staff, with our people. I think our staff coaches have a genuine interest in the student athletes, and I think that when they do in the classroom and when they do in the hallways and not only on the playing field, I think that it shows that they're out there. And we added some new sports too, which I think is good. Yeah. And I think that cross playing of other sports is vital for kids, to do other things. And I think then they start finding out that, hey, I could do this. Well, why don't I try another sport? Like, hockey was a sport this year that we were struggling with numbers, and we just went to other kids that played other sports, reached out in the hallways, and got kids to come out and play. So,
yeah. Well, you heard it here first. He likes lunch duty, so this is now on tape. Melanie, I'm going to jump to you real quick. In what many people, you walk into the event, you see our ticket takers, our workers, the kids on the court, on the field. Tell us a little bit about behind the scenes, like what does so what does the behind the scenes look like for you on a week to week basis? Like, tell us a little bit about what you do and some of your challenges and the answer can't be everything, but like just walk us through a week if you can.
Oh, you just prepare for every game. If it's a home game, I need ticket takers. I need to get rosters. We need to get, print off the officials. We need to get stuff for their room. Depending on the rain, if it's football, we need to get canopies set up.
What have you found in our district? And because long time ago, I used to be the athletic director here, and I remember my frustrations. Like, what have you found in your position that makes it like, because what I see is success. I see kids in seats, I see teams, I see buses, I see all those things. Tell me why you think we're so successful behind the scenes.
We're prepared.
Yeah.
You got the Zofka effect. He gets out there. He puts the buses where they need to go. He puts the kids where they need to go. He's takes care of the officials. Has someone take care of the officials. I have a great staff that they all like to come. They're there early. They're always smiling.
Yeah, we do great things. Yeah, sorry.
No, we do. We have good people that work, and they want to work. We had some extra games this year, and they were all willing to work, and we work together. And there's where you get your teamwork. I played sports. It's a team. Right. There's no I in team. We all work together.
Ms. Meeks will talk a little bit about you now. And so one of the things that I've always admired about you is the relationships you develop with
You gonna make me
kids.
cry?
Maybe. I don't know. Don't cry. So I will tell you a quick story about Mrs. Meeks. We had a senior night, and this is a core memory. And I've known Fran for a long time, and we've connected long time ago. But we had a senior night that, for whatever reason, didn't have somebody to walk with. And who is there? Mrs. Meeks, right? And she wasn't working. She could have been doing 1,000 other things, but I'm sure somehow at some point that student and her had a conversation, and who shows up? Fran Meeks, right? And out of all the things we do in life, that's one of the most important things that we do for kids, is to support them. And as long as I'm in education, it will be one of my core memories. And I don't mean to upset you, but please,
Not upset.
it is an absolute compliment and really an admiration from my stands of what you do for our kids. Tell me why you've become that role. You've kind of filled that role in our district, and really what does working with our kids mean?
I have been called Mama Meeks for a long time. And I tell these kids from day one, I am a mom before I am your teacher, your helper, whatever I'm supposed to be doing. I am your mom. I'm a mom first. I said I had a son who graduated from here in 2011. I said, and I have all of these kids now that I'm going to make sure will graduate one way or the other. And just know, they know if I say something, then I'm going to do it.
Right.
So you want it done, then you got to listen to what I'm telling you to do. And they do, which kind of shocks me a little bit, because this is a little short thing, and I'm guess I'm.
We hear you.
I'm sure everybody hears me. I'm
But why
sure
did you
they do.
why did you feel like you needed to step in for that student and be there for her?
Because that's my girl. Yeah. For one, she's my favorite. She has been since basketball, even before.
Yeah.
And she's always called me mama since
Right.
we started talking. And it was just, she needed me, and mom's stepping up.
Yeah.
One way or the other. I actually did it twice.
And I will
so.
say to those who are listening, athletics, obviously kids are on the field and the court to be competitive and win games. But I will tell you the things we do here in Brooklyn, and the things I see in all three of you and your coaching staff and our other workers, it's that dedication. It's beyond the wins and losses, and so, I remember, we this past fall season, we had more losses as a department than wins, right? But I will tell you that banquet was packed, and our parents were there, and our kids were there, and both, Mark, you and your staff had nothing but positive things to say about what a successful season. And so what I say to those listening in our school community, like from an admiration standpoint, I love what we do. I'm going to kind of flip the script and end a little bit here. We've had some improvements in the athletic department, really since last year, and from some renovations. We have a renovation going on. Anybody can fill in this one. Mark, I'll start with you. Tell me about the renovations a little bit. Tell me some of the things we have going on. Tell me about the opening of the main gym, and why do you believe that this renovation is so important for our school community?
First of all, it's like I was just telling somebody the other day, and I can't remember exactly what it was, that our facilities are going to be second to none in this area. You may have some bigger schools and on the fringe and stuff like that, but we're at an inner ring suburb. I don't think there's any schools that have the type of facilities that we're going to have when the building is completed. Our football stadium is outstanding. Heck, we had a pro football team that wanted to use our stadium the other day to do a walkthrough because they heard such good things from us, and they came from another school that uses our facilities. So And again, I mean, we went back and we brought Holy Name back into the mix. They love our facility. They love playing there. But I just think for our kids alone and for our community, it's something to be proud of. I mean, I looked at when we had the chamber had their community thing, this event this past summer in the stadium. It was just an outstanding event, and had nothing but great things to hear. When we have other visitors from other schools come in, and they talk about our facilities, they talk about our stadium, and then when they're going to talk about our gymnasium, which is just going to be, when it's all said and done, it's just really, really taken off. It looks beautiful. They're going to be, people are going to be, we're going to be the talk of town, and I think for our community members, they need to be proud of that, because there's a lot of rich tradition here. I grew up in Parma, was real close to Brooklyn. I had a lot of kids that I knew they're friends with, but until I really came here and started seeing what was involved and some of the athletes that have walked through this halls or some of the graduates, whether they're be athletes or not, I think that the community should be proud of what we have here.
Yeah, and I think our community, and again, this goes out to which all three of you are part of, our community, to supporting, that renovation bond issue that we had last year. But, Mel and Fran, longtime parents here, longtime community members, longtime staff members. I remember the days when our facilities, we struggled with some upgrades and for lots of different reasons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and one of my philosophies when I came back as superintendent in 2020 is that our students, our parents, our staff, and our families deserve a facility to be proud of and to compete in a renovated environment. Like, tell me a little bit about your thoughts as longtime members of this school district in lots of different roles, why you think these upgrades are so important.
My main thing is there's just going to be so much more room, because we get a lot of people for basketball, always, especially for the boys, but the girls are getting there too. But the seating, I think, is the big thing for me.
Yeah.
They're nice. People are going to be able to walk. You have rails now; they can go up and down the stairs, and nobody's going to get hurt. Da, 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 da.
Right.
And then you've got the gym just looks phenomenal. And I think I've got the boys from when Bill and them were in school. I said, y'all got to come to the game on the 4th
Yeah.
of January. I said, because you guys got to come see this gym that you used to play in yourself, because it looks totally different.
So Saturday, January 3rd, 4:30 and 6:30. Tell us what's happening, Mr. Zofka.
So we're opening up at Cuyahoga Heights, the girls varsity.
One more time, who are we opening up against?
Cuyahoga Heights.
Cuyahoga Heights. Okay, just want to make sure it was clear.
You know that place, right?
Maybe a little bit.
It's going to be a girls varsity, boys varsity back doubleheader, and in between, after the girls varsity game, we're going to do a dedication ceremony.
Outstanding.
How we haven't finalized those processes yet, but that's going to be the opening night of the gymnasium.
And so we want alumni back. We want
Everybody,
community members.
yeah.
We want to pack that gym.
Correct.
For our boys and our girls. Melanie, I want to end with you, and I want to give you an opportunity. What are some of these renovations and just the upgrade of our facilities and just really the transformation of the athletics and activities? What has that meant to you, or what have you seen as a long
It's
time?
awesome. I played here. I went to high school here, and it was the same for years and years. And it's nice. The kids can be proud of it. The gym is amazing. It's beautiful, and they're excited to play in there. It's good. It's. I think that the students like, oh, they're doing this for us. We need to come through.
Yeah. Well, we are.
An upper hand.
Well, we're doing it like, here's the thing, our kids, like any student, like they deserve to walk in to a facility and be proud of that. And so I go back to thanking the community for their support. But I will tell you, the three of you are instrumental to our success, for our kids, for our programs, and it is an absolute joy working with you guys on a daily basis.
But let me tell you too that I've been here a long time, and no one could have done it but you.
Oh, no.
No, seriously.
I agree. I
Other
agree.
people tried,
And they
you
didn't
know
do
what?
it.
But you did it top notch. You did. You really came through for us, and I think the community
Needs to get it.
trusts you.
Yep.
They trusted you. They passed the levy. They did it, and you're doing a great
I
job.
appreciate you saying that, but I work for all of you. I work for the community. I work for our kids. I work for our staff, our parents. I'm here is just to make sure.
And they feel that.
Yeah, that's big.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, listen, it is. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I'm excited for our winter season. Excited for spring, and then down the road we have our other renovations will be starting come springtime with our music wing and with our auditorium and science labs and things like that. So over the next year and a half, we are going to absolutely transform this place. So we're excited. Thank you again. This has been the latest edition of the Hurricane Watch podcast. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Go bye.